A very good morning to everyone out there across the Wobbles community and beyond. Landon here bringing you your June 18th edition of your Whether or Not forecast, courtesy of On Target. Got a few robust sales already floating around out there, folks. We're going to be holding off on the major player with today. We'll be looking at strong and severe storm chances with a complex of storms that is expected to develop later today and is going to be surging in here out of the north and west. We'll be keeping our eyes up in that direction again late afternoon on into the overnight, but as we work throughout the day, we're going to have these meandering strong sails here that could develop, bringing excessive rainfall across the entire region. Getting a look across the skies, D93 Skycam showing a blanket of cloud cover already present out there. Folks, it is extremely warm, extremely humid. Yes, it is continuing to feel like a rainforest over there in the great outdoors. Jumping over here and looking over the Morgantown Skycam, got some fog in some locations. Looking back there on the horizon, closer to the Green River. Be aware of that if you're in those fog-prone areas, with low visibility expected here as we're working throughout at least the early part of today. Talking about our temperatures and dew points, they are already rather impressive. Temperatures approaching the mid-70s, folks. Dew points already approaching the mid-70s as well. Despite the cloud cover, we're going to have deep southwesterly flow that's going to be taking highs all the way up to the upper 80s. A few of us might even touch the low to mid-90s as far as heat indices are concerned. So that's what we're taking note of. And folks, this is going to be priming up our atmosphere for the opportunity at those strong and severe storm chances, as previously mentioned, as we work a little bit later into the day on into the overnight hours. So here's your breakdown, all right? We'll give you the full view, and here's the big picture scene to start things off for us. We have got cold front approaching here from the north and west. That deep southerly flow is going to be surging in here, setting up the foundation for these rounds of showers and storms to develop and then impact moving across the region. Here we are looking throughout today, folks. First and foremost, this is what I was talking about. Before the storms get here, it's going to be extremely hot and muggy out there. We're looking at the heat index, and by the time we roll into this afternoon, despite the cloud cover, we're going to be looking at heat indices potentially hitting the mid to even the upper 90s. It is going to be relentless out there to say the least, but coming along with this, folks, is going to be the opportunity at strong and severe weather. We're going to work throughout today. We got these meandering, robust sails that'll be isolated to hit and miss in nature. And then all eyes turn to our north and west here as we work into this afternoon for the development of our main player. You can see it developing here across southern Illinois over here into eastern Missouri. This line is expected to congeal as it plows and steamrolls southeast through the Wobbles community. You can see it developing here between mid to late afternoon. Then we roll into the evening, and then it comes right through here, okay? We're going to be keeping our eyes on roughly the 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. time frame for our highest risk of severe weather to come along with this throughout the day. Damaging winds will, without question, be our primary concern. Also have localized flooding up there as well. Secondary on the totem pole, but non-zero. We could have a few instances of large hail, perhaps an isolated tornado spin up or two right along within the line as it passes through the region. Here we are working throughout the overnight. We're going to have lingering showers and storms that'll continue. Then the parent cold front is finally going to slide through here right around lunchtime into mid-afternoon on Thursday. So we're going to be keeping this active pattern alive even after today and tonight. The final round of this, folks, is going to come through here around lunchtime tomorrow. We could have a few robust sails still exist across the region, and then by the time we get into the late afternoon and early evening hours, that cold front passing down in south and east to the region should bring an end to any and all activity for us here across our neck of the woods. Now, with that being said, folks, we're going to be flipping the script from a very active and wet pattern to an extraordinarily dry, very hot and muggy atmosphere beginning Friday, and this is going to take us all the way through roughly a good portion of next week. We get this little trough that's going to move out of here. We get this massive upper level ridge that's building in here across the southern and central plains. This monster mid and upper level ridge is going to shift eastward all the way through the weekend, as you can see here, and all the way through pretty much the vast majority, if not all, of next week. Here we are looking at Monday, Tuesday, on into Wednesday and Thursday. You can see the troughing over here in the north and west, folks, but this upper ridge is keeping a stranglehold, being absolutely locked in across the eastern tier of the U.S. And folks, coming along with that is going to be extreme heat. Take a look at the latest from the Climate Prediction Center. We have got we're in the 80 to 90th percentile of seeing temperatures above average over the course of the next 7 to 10 days, okay? So needless to say, after we get rid of the active pattern, it's going to be extraordinarily hot and muggy for an extended period of time. Let's give you the breakdown and let's take a look at the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. We have been given a level 2 out of 5 risk, okay? On the scale there, damaging winds primary concern, could have a few instances of large hail, isolated tornado threat, and folks, with the saturated grounds out there, localized flooding will be all but a guarantee. We could be looking at an additional 1 to 3 inches of total rainfall. That includes today. That includes tomorrow as well, before we finally dry out for the weekend that is set to follow. Here's a full breakdown of your next 6-day weather forecast. Scattered storms today, becoming more likely late afternoon into tonight. Roughly 3 or 4 p.m. through roughly 10 p.m. will be our severe weather risk that we are monitoring. Heat indices in the mid-90s, folks, are going to be outdoors today. Please take the necessary precautions. Scattered storm chances continue on Thursday with a passing front, but behind that cold front, we don't have much change in the air mass. Upper 80s, lower 90s, Friday into Saturday and Sunday, on into Monday, rolling into next week, folks. We'll get into more of that summer-like pattern with temperatures that hot. We're going to be looking at those sporadic, isolated storms developing each and every afternoon. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Wednesday morning hump day edition of your Weather or Not forecast presented by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Stay weather aware. Stay locked in with Weather or Not. We'll be updating frequently throughout the day as necessary with the threat of severe weather on the horizon. You all have a blessed Wednesday.